God, if you listen, help!
So before we get started, I just wanted to take a second to thank you, Raider Nation, for all the support. This channel is growing extremely fast, and that's all because of you. Every like, every comment, every sub, it really means the world to us. Raider Nation, y'all the most passionate fan base in football. And together, we're building something real here. I'll tell you what, when we get to 1,000 subs, we're going to get that Raider Nation tattoo, baby. We're going to do it on a live stream. So tap that sub button, and thank y'all for the support. Yo, what's good, Raider Nation? We're on this bye week, but that doesn't mean we're chilling. That means we recover, we reassess, we reload. So let's dive into the injury status and what's been going wrong and how we can pivot for this next phase. First up is the injuries, and we got a whole shit list of them. And at the top of that list, we got Maxx Crosby. He left the Chiefs game early after that nasty chop block. Coach said it was mainly precautionary, so that's a good sign. Next up, we got Jakobi Meyers dealing with the toe and knee injury. He missed week 7 as well, but he's expected to be back after the bye. Brock Bowers is dealing with the PCL and bone bruise on the knee, but he was a full go in practice, so he's expected to be back after the bye as well. Next up, we got Isaiah Palomao. He left week 7 with an ankle issue, so his status is unclear. Then we got Lonnie Johnson Jr. with a leg injury on IR, and of course, we got Colton Miller on IR as well. So in short, the bye week couldn't come at a better time. We need this time to reset both physically and mentally. So what's the big picture? We're sitting at 2-5. The offense completely stalled. The defense was trying to keep the ship afloat, but we hit an iceberg, bro. We sinking. The media is calling us one of the least competitive teams in the league right now. And they're not lying. But here's the silver lining. The bye gives us a chance to evaluate, heal up, and scheme smarter. So here's what we should watch out for when we return. That's, can Crosby come back full throttle? Because if not, the pass rush stays vulnerable. And how quickly do Myers and Bowers reintegrate? The offense needs more weapons. And will the coaching staff simplify and adjust the scheme? Because repeating the same mistakes won't cut it. You know what the saying is? Doing the same process over and over again and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. And we're in the loony bin right now. And we need more depth. The young guys have got to show up. Every injury exposes gaps, and we're about as deep as a puddle right now. So let's get into the trade talks. So here's what's going down. You guys already know. We got multiple reports from Adam Schefter, Bleacher Report, Sports Illustrated, and even Cowboys insiders say that Dallas has been sniffing around asking about Crosby. They want him bad. You already know why, because their defense fell apart after the Micah trade, and Jerry Jones is desperate for a big-name fix. And of course, they're going to look straight at us, bro. We're like a carcass in the desert right now. The vultures are flying around. Because they know we're in chaos, they know the organization is a mess, and they think they can swoop in and grab our leader while we're down. But let's not forget, Crosby just signed a 3-year, $106 million deal. You think that man's going to go anywhere willingly? But it should be noted, Max did leave himself an out in 2027 with 0 money guarantees. To put it simply, it leaves a window for Max to jump out without incurring a massive cap hit on the Raiders. Max is a real one for that. Now what the hell is Dallas even talking about? Let's look at it. Now here's the deal, Dallas wants Crosby because they're panicking. They lost Micah, and without him, that defense looks softer than their playoff history. They want to plug a hole fast, and Max is the dream fit. But they're delusional if they think the Raiders are letting him go. Raiders have already met with Crosby personally to assure him that he will not be moved. Now that's what I'm talking about. But hypothetically, what if the Raiders actually did it? Crosby just signed a 3-year, $106.5 million extension in 2025 with 91.5 of that guaranteed. He's widely regarded as one of the top pass rushers in the game, making his value to contenders extremely high. Because of his elite status, contract, plus his role as a team leader, trading him would not only cost draft capital, but it would also signal a massive shift in the Raiders' direction, and that means rebuild. What would the Raiders likely gain? At minimum, you're talking 1 first-round pick. Some outlets suggest 2 first-rounders, plus additional picks in 2026 and 2027, maybe a 5th or 6th rounder. Plus potentially a player, edge rusher, or other impact piece that can contribute immediately, not just for capital. For example, one proposed package was Cowboys giving up 2 firsts and a D tackle to acquire Crosby. That's what makes this trade hard. Because Crosby just signed the extension, the Raiders likely are not actively looking to trade him. They met with him to reassure him that they weren't shopping him. Any trading team must absorb his big contract, roughly $35.5 million per year on average. And at this point, that's a good deal, so that guarantee doesn't really make it that difficult for teams. For the Raiders, if they trade him, they must receive extraordinary value to justify moving a cornerstone player. If I were to project a realistic trade package, it might look like the Raiders receive a 2026 first round pick, a 2027 first round pick, a 2026 fifth round, plus a solid starting D-line or edge player from the acquiring team. The acquiring team pays Crosby's contract and structures the deal so the Raiders aren't absorbing undue cap dead money. In all reality, Max ain't going nowhere, y'all. He's a Raider for life. That whole trade scenario is some bullshit. Now let's zoom in on Jakobi Meyers, because we know Jakobi Meyers wants out, and he can't say I blame him. But the reasons for wanting out is more contract related than scheme fit. So first, let's look at the numbers. This season, Meyers has 29 receptions for 329 yards in 6 games, averaging just about 11.3 yards a catch. Before that, in 2024, he had a career year, 87 catches, 1,027 yards, and 4 tutties and no drops. His resume speaks. Among undrafted players since 2019, he ranks first in receiving yards and second in receptions. So here's what's turning the heads. Meyers requested a trade this season because contract talks stalled and he's in his final year of the deal without any guarantees. The Raiders are said to be open to offers, so which teams are calling? Analysts have flagged several. New York Giants, the Niners, even the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers are mentioned as logical fits. Now what would Vegas get for him? Given his age at 28, his contract state, and slight production slide, the haul won't be a blockbuster, that's for sure, but still meaningful. I'm thinking a second round pick, maybe a third, or a young wide receiver and conditional pick, or perhaps a veteran swap at a mid-rounder, realistic and fair value. If the front office truly believes they're pivoting, this trade could unlock capital and allow younger receivers to step up. But if they move him for less than he's worth, that's a signal not just for the fans, but to this locker room. So stay tuned because the deadline's coming, and when that one pops, the Raider Nation will feel it. So Raider Nation, we're taking this bye week as it should be, a reset. Injuries suck, losses sting, but this is where we rebuild our character. Drop your thoughts down below. Which return matters most to you? And is Chip Kelly's offense even fixable, or do we need a bigger overhaul? Smash that like button if you believe we got some unfinished business. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, it's been the Raider Reality Check. We don't sugarcoat shit. We keep it $110. This is X-Ray signing off, y'all.